Hey, hey, hey. How are you? Do we have enough likes? Happy days. How are you? Hashtag life day 71. How's your day going? How's your year going so far? We're dropping some bombs of understanding and clarification. I think we're building some momentum here. Really good conversations going on throughout the day, throughout the week. And building momentum, stacking those activities. Remember, it's not one thing that's going to take care of all the issues and solve everything. It's not one thing that's going to do it. We need a number of activities, 10, 15, 20 things, little things that we do every day, and bam, that's when we get the result. Les, how are you, mate? Good to see you again. Long time no see. It's been at least a few hours. Good to see you working out in the morning. Right, what's the number one thing you've picked up from Health, Wealth, Life so far? Last time you tuned in and saw me talk, or if you've ever seen one of these videos, what did you pick up? Pop it in the comment box below. Julia, let me know what you've learned. I'm really curious to know. Thank you for the thumbs up. If I say anything that resonates with you, give me a thumbs up, give me a share. Alicia, good to see you again. Good to see you yesterday. What's the number one thing you've picked up from Health, Wealth, Life so far? Is it something to do with lifestyle? Is it something to do with exercise? Is it something to do with nutrition? Is it something to do with supplementation? Tell me what it is. Hi, Rose. Got something on its way to you. It'll be with you tomorrow. You'll be happy to hear at last. And what's the next thing you're thinking about you need to learn? Hey, I need to get better at this. Hey, I need to get better. What is it? Pop it in the comment box. Come on, have a conversation. You know it's safe in here now. We can all be honest with each other and pop in what you want and let's get the conversation going. Hi, Rose. What did I want to say? One other thing. It's going to come back to me. I'll come back to it. So pop in what the number one thing you've picked up or any tip that you've picked up, and pop in next thing you want to learn if you've thought about that yet. And if you haven't, I want you to think about that. So if you didn't see yesterday's video, really important that you pick that one up. It's about questions. So the questions will determine the quality of your life. If you're asking yourself quality questions, your brain will search for quality answers. That's just a fact. That's the way we're made. But we're not taught that we're made that way. We're not taught that we're made that way. So we don't even think about doing that. So what's the best carbs to have? Thanks, Alicia. Thanks for sharing. That's good. And what were they? Can you... is that what you want to learn? Is that what you want to learn? I'm not sure if I've done a video about that actually. The quick answer would be low GI. Do you know what low GI is? Sammy, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Glycemic index. So we're looking for low glycemic index foods. Predominantly they're the types of carbs that you want to go for first. You can easily Google any of those, but they basically release their energy slowly into your bloodstream. I'll do a proper video about that another time anyway. Thank you, Lisa. I'll pop that on my to-do list. So low glycemic index foods. You can just type in list of low glycemic index foods and a list of them will come up. Those are the foods you want to eat most of the time, particularly carbs. Proteins and fats tend to be low glycemic index anyways, so they release their energy slowly. Carbohydrates are the ones you really need to watch because then you're controlling your blood sugar level well. If you control your blood sugar level well, you control your insulin response well. Insulin is the hormone of aging and fat storage. Master that, we master how quickly we age and how much fat we store. That's another conversation. I'm not talking about that today. Anyway, there's a little gem, a little added one for you there. So today, I want to give you a little thing I picked up from Tony Robbins. And if you haven't listened to any Tony Robbins stuff, you've got to get involved. He's amazing. Right, so 3 ways to master something. This could be anything. This could be transforming our body shape. This could be sculpting our intelligence and our mind. This could be a meeting. This could be doing a video like this, filming Facebook Live. So my name's Daniel Grant. Shapetrainer.co.uk is my website. Been a personal trainer for 20 years. I moved into more of a mindset stuff, NLP training, body composition, body transformations, using biosignature Charles Poliquin's biosignature technology and Richard Bandler's NLP techniques. Combination of those using the mind, and created my system called Health Wealth, which has 4 cornerstones. We're looking at lifestyle, exercise, nutrition, and supplementation. If you want to look a little bit more, find out a little bit more information, shapetrainer.co.uk. That's quite easy to visit, and I'm revamping that site as we speak. Well, not right now, but you know what I mean. So how do you master it? I want to bomb you through this really quick. How do we master something? Now, number one, there's 3 ways. There's 3 things we need to do. One is to have a conscious understanding of what we're doing. You can't just blindly like, yeah, I'll figure it out, walk around in the dark, right? We need to have a conscious understanding of what we're doing. So let's talk about shaping our bodies, right? Let's talk about toning up, maybe getting a bit leaner, sorting out a body composition is what it's called. So you need to know some understanding, like glycemic index food. So we talked about that at the beginning. So if you want to lean up, if you want to drop some body fat, a really simple tip you need to be conscious of is low glycemic index foods, and you need to choose those most of the time. That tied in quite well, actually. Glad you brought that up, Alicia. Thank you. So low glycemic index foods is one of the things. Hannah D, how are you? Good to see you in the house. Low glycemic index foods is one of the conscious things you need to have conscious understanding about. You need to have some kind of understanding around training, exercise, maybe meal gaps, maybe proteins, fats, carbohydrates, so your macronutrients, maybe calorie intake, although we don't need to use calories, but the way I describe it is I like to use calories when I first start out with someone because it's like having training wheels, so we can get to an understanding of how much each meal should look like and how much calories and energy it should give us, and then we do that a few times over a day, and then we get to realize how much we roughly need in order to get the results we want, and then we take the training wheels off, so we stop counting calories. So I think there's a process in that. I don't believe in counting calories all the time, but I do think there's a training wheel in there that most people need for a period of time. Tara, good to see you. Haven't spoke for a while, a few days. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good day. So the first step is conscious understanding. So let's pop that down. So what we're doing here, we're looking at mastery. I think my wire's back to front, but you'll forgive me, I'm writing backwards. And it looks like I'm left-handed. I might be ambidextrous. So the first one is conscious, not conscience. You've got to type longer words. It gets harder. Hope that makes sense. Conscious understanding. That's first step. So we need to know some things in order to apply ourselves in a certain way, or apply those things to our lives in a certain way, to master it. Then over time, once you get a conscious understanding of it, yeah, it is, but it's good for the brain. I like challenging myself. So it's a challenge, and to do it live is a challenge as well. So let's do it. Let's get out there. So conscious understanding, then you know, right, I've got to do X, Y, Z, and you keep doing that until we get to the third part. But there's another point in between. Now, the next point in between is really important. This is how I'm going to describe it. So where was you on September the 11th? Yeah? 7/11. 7/11, yeah? Remember the plane crashing in to the World Trade Center in the States, in New York. So where were you? I bet you remember exactly where you were, what you was doing, who you was with. You remember where you was, right? Why? Because there was so much emotion. There was so much emotion in there. And if we can get that emotion rocking at the right time, it locks in information. So that made me think when I heard that, right? How much emotion can I bring into these videos? Because it will help you lock in the information when you're picking something up that maybe you haven't heard before, or maybe you have heard it before, but it didn't quite stick, and you're not quite sure it didn't stick. Well, partly because there wasn't enough emotion on it. When you're learning a martial art, you learn a lot quicker, because if you don't do it right, you get punched in the face, and you think, oh, I don't want to get punched in the face again and have my nose broke. Now, I've had that happen a few times, as you can see. Nose is in a right 2 and 8. So the second one is emotion. I always put the 2s back to front. Let me see if I can get it right. Kind of. So emotion. Emotion is number 2. So we need emotion. When you're learning something, then try and inject emotion. The way to do that is energy in motion. Emotion. Energy in motion. Energy in motion, yeah? So what you need to do is think about maybe it's, let's say, body transformation. So you need to know about low glycemic index foods, maybe meal gaps, maybe your carbohydrates, blah, blah, blah. So once you think about that, think about what that's going to do. So what's your result? Why are you doing that? So what can you picture yourself in the best shape of your life? Maybe it was a past time. Maybe you're going for something that you had in the past, or maybe it's brand new. But picture what your life's going to be like. Picture the people around you. Picture how that's going to impact your life and the people around you. Picture what all the beautiful things you could do and the improvements of X, Y, Z in your life. Get the feeling of that. What's it look like? What's it smell like? What's it taste like? Get that going, get the emotion rocking, and then go back to the information. Right, I need to stay strict, I need to do X, Y, Z, I need to finish eating by this time, I need to start eating by this time, and my first meal is going to be like this, and I'm going to plan like this. Okay, we'll put all that stuff in place over time. As long as you stay tuned to these videos, you'll get the conscious understanding of health wealth. The second point is emotion. Now the third one we need to layer in. I've lost the plot. I had to do a 3, that's right, I think, yeah. The third one is repetition. Yes, got it right. So repetition. Any sports person, any singer, anyone who's mastered what they do has repeated that action thousands, hundreds of thousands of times. We all know that, right? So every top athlete, every top performer, every top singer has a coach. They all have a coach. One of the things I spent a few years thinking, I should know this now. I don't really need to, I shouldn't have a mentor or a coach. Rubbish. You need a coach. You need a coach no matter who you are, no matter how good you are, no matter how long you've been doing it. You need a coach. Get a mentor or a coach that's someone who's been there and done it. 3 people we can learn from in life, right? Someone who hasn't done it and is giving us advice. Someone who has done it and failed. Someone who's doing it and is succeeding. Someone who's already in the place where we want to get to. Yeah, so who do you choose to learn from there? Brett, how are you, mate? Hope you're having a good day over in near Philly. So who do you want to learn from? One of those 3. It's obvious, right? So you need to repeat. Every consummate performer, Virginie, welcome aboard. So every consummate performer, everyone has a coach. You need a mentor, you need a coach. There's always someone above us, there's always someone below us. So never judge on that, but just find that person above, learn from them, do what they do, follow their coaching. Yeah? So the 3 ways to master something, we're looking at mastery, is one is conscious understanding. And then when we're learning that information, you want to bring in emotion, energy in motion. You want to bring in emotion, right? Because that makes it stick. You'll remember where you was on 9/11. Did I say 7/11 earlier? I think I might have. 9/11, where the as a live mistake maybe. I think I said 7/11. Anyway, 9/11. Is it 9/11? I've lost the plot. Anyway, when the airplanes crashed into the World Trade Center, you remember where you was. You remember where you was because there was so much emotion. You couldn't believe what was going on. You remember maybe the smell in the room. You can remember the lighting in the room. I can remember exactly where I was. I was with a group of friends, and we was at my friend's grandparents' house, and we had the house to ourselves, and we were there, and there was we were hanging out. There was a computer game going on. We were playing football. There was like 5 guys there. I was playing some football on the computer. I remember it clearly and who I was with. Unbelievable. But that's the emotion, and that's going to make the information stick. And that's a lot of the things. I did say 9/11. Anyway, you know what I mean. So the planes, or another event, you know, that's shocking. Name me one. Name me another event that was like really shocking around the world. Maybe it was quite shocking that Trump got elected. Maybe it was that, and you remember where you was when you found out that piece of information. Maybe that was shocking. You know, whether you agree or disagree with it, whatever. But the point is that when something emotional happens, it sticks. You remember everything about it. And that's what we want to do here. We want to bring emotion into our conscious understanding. So we want to bring the information in emotion. The way we do that, if it's a body transformation, for example, then you want to be thinking about what you're going to look like, how you're going to feel, you're going to put on the clothes, and you're going to look like, yeah? And then we repeat. We repeat that information, we repeat that technique, we repeat the things we did to get the result. Repeat, 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 repeat. Lady died dying. Exactly, I remember that. I remember that. I was in bed, and I just woke up, and I put the radio on. I had a shelf above my bed, and I put the radio on where you had one of those old kind of record, you know, those big boxes with the speaker either side and the equalizers and all that. I had one of those, and I put that on, and the radio was on, And I think I tried to put on like a garage station. At the time I was into a little bit of that. I was at that age. I was around, what, 18, maybe 19? I think it was around that age. Anyway, so I put it on. I think it was a garage station. It was classical music playing. I thought, what the hell? What the hell? Change station, more classical, more classical. Thinking, what's going on? Gone into a warp time zone, and then the announcement came out. Lady Diana has died in a car accident. Unbelievable. Couldn't believe it, but I can clearly remember that. Thank you for that, Sharon Lee. That's a good one. Very good one. Who can think of another time in the past, something shocking that's happened, something emotional? Maybe it's positive, maybe it was negative. You know, maybe the negative things that really shock us create a little bit more emotion, maybe. Or maybe you can remember your firstborn, or any of your children being born. You know, that's emotional. I can remember that, you know, like it was yesterday, and his little face coming over. And amazing. That's an amazing experience if you have a child. So give me a thumbs up. Give me a share if I've said anything that's resonated with you, and if I've shared a tip with you that could potentially help you or someone you know. We're looking at mastery. How do we get better at something? You know, another word for mastering something is getting proficient, getting real quality at something. Conscious understanding, so that takes time to pick up what's right from wrong. Then emotion. What do we want from it? How are we going to get there? How's that going to feel? Thank you, Rose. Thanks, Alicia. And then repetition. Repetition of that conscious understanding, that emotion, and repeat. And that takes us back in that circle. Repeat, repeat. So what is it you want? What is it you want? So is it a body transformation, as we've been using that example? You need the understanding of what you need. You need to get the emotion of how that's going to feel when you've achieved it. That will keep you on track. And get the emotion and the joy out, and then repeat those. Repeat that emotion, repeat those steps that you know are going to get you the results. If you don't know, find a mentor. We talked a little bit about that. Find a coach. This is some coaching. I do this every day at 6 p.m. Invite some friends for me. Bring some friends to this party. I promise I'll make them welcome, and we'll have a good time, and we'll have a good conversation. All right, I'm going to call it a day. Going to call it a day right there. Any questions around this? Anything else you want to ask? Give me some thumbs up. Give me a share. Sharing is caring. And you let me know that I'm sharing some information that's been of use to you, or someone you know even. And let me know that the information is on point. Maybe not my dates. The dates that I use might not be on point, but the information. You get the gist. So mastering something, conscious understanding, emotion, and repetition. Now, yesterday was about questions. I want to finish with a question. Where in your life could you apply these three principles? Where in your life could you apply these three principles? Allow your brain to come up with the answer that's going to have the most impact and bring out more happiness, more passion, more love, more enjoyment. Where in your life can you apply these three things for mastery? Pop it in the comment box below. Message me directly, whatever you choose to do. But pop some comments in the box below of any questions you have. Pete, how are you, mate? Lovely to have you here. Haven't seen you for a while. It's been at least a few hours. You see Pete everywhere. Oh no, you can use it everywhere. I thought you were saying you could see Pete everywhere. Hello, mate. Very good to see you as always. And we'll catch up this week. I look forward to it as always. But we're talking about mastery. Pete, you'll know all this stuff. You'll be familiar with all this stuff. You're the master of all this stuff anyway. Conscious understanding, emotion, and repetition. I'm going to drive that home today. I love you too, man. I love you too. You are one of my mentors. I learn a lot from you every day, mate. Every day. Thank you for your sharing that you do. Amazing. All right. That's it. That's it for the day. So at the end of April, I'm going to be doing a training course. It's a 7-week body transformation. It's all online. I'm coaching a group to take care of this, like yo-yo dieting, not having trust in their bodies that they could stick to something for 7 weeks, not having trust that they could lose the body fat and keep it off, not having the skills to understand how did I lose it last time and what worked, what didn't work. I'm going to cover all that stuff. I'm just going to give it all to you, and we're going to take care of that over 7 weeks. I've got a genius process around that, and there's a way that you can join the course and absolutely do it for absolutely free. There is a potential in that. If you're interested, type 7WBT in the comment box, please, or send me a direct message. Either way, I've got an event coming up at the end of March 25th and 26th of April. It's going to be Northwest London, Chalk Farm, right opposite the Roundhouse. And you're welcome to come down for that. It's a free open event. I'll be presenting about something you can do that takes you 10 seconds a day, and you're going to get massive benefits for fat loss, for cholesterol, for blood pressure, for sleep, for detox, for skin, for hair, for eyes, for brain. Woo! It's good. It's good stuff. I'm going to share all of that. And I'm going to be talking about a #1 superfood that you can just drink yourself to health. Drink yourself to greater health wealth. That's what we all want. That's what I want anyway, and that's what I want for you. So I'm here to guide you to greatness. That is why I'm here. And if we learn from our own mistakes, and that's smart, we're not making the same mistakes over and over again, right? But if we learn from other people's mistakes, then that is genius, because we get to speed up the process at which we're learning and which we're earning. We could be potentially as well. It depends on what our goals are. Anyway, right. I will be in contact. Coffee. Yes, Sharon Lee. We love our coffee. I do love coffee. Absolutely believe in it all the way. I love it. And we have a healthier version as well. Some of us already know about that. If you want to know about that, type coffee. I'll tell you more about it. But if you're interested in the 7-week body transformation, type 7WBT. Elisa, I've got yours. I'll send you a very short, nice little fun intro, and you get to see what it's all about and how you can get on it for free. Really easy. So keep in touch. Pop some, if you're watching this live, pop some of the questions I've asked, pop the comments in the box. If you're watching it as a recording, do the same, or send me a direct message. Remember, if you want to master something, conscious understanding, emotion, repetition. That's it. That's what we need to do. And we've all got the skills to be able to do that. Doesn't matter where we start. If we're completely crap at something, if we keep doing it, we just get better. That's the way it is. It's the way it is. Just stay in the game. Stay in this group. We keep encouraging each other and keep moving forward together. We can get better at something we're absolutely diabolical at. Doesn't matter. Keep doing it. Keep getting better at it. All right. Remember, happy is a skill that you can learn. And this is a better way to bring out your personal best. Let's go get some health wealth. Let's take the world with us. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have an amazing evening. Take great care of yourself and everyone around you. See you guys.